Hello, my name is Nikolai Mikhailuk and I'm an entrepreneur. From 2009 I started this journey more than 10 years ago, and on this message, in this video, I will try to help you to guide a little bit of how is this journey and what kind of mindset I had back then and what kind of mindset I have right now, and maybe will prepare you a little bit for this journey if you are feeling this. Okay, I want to become one day an entrepreneur. And this video will be kind of an interview from one of my employee, Nina. She's studying at the same university I was studying 10 years ago, and she had this homework to interview an entrepreneur and to have to give him some questions, and I will respond to these questions, and I hope this will be useful also for you, not only for her study. Okay, let's begin. As I told you, my name is Nikolai Mikhailuk and I'm from Republic of Moldova. I studied in 2009, 2008 I began to study. In 2009 I opened the company. It was second year of university back then, and university it's called Academy, Economic Academy Studies University of Moldova. Kind of like this in English. I forgot how it sounds right in English. And I started in banking and financing. When I began to study, I chose this banking and finance because I tried kind of work in finance and sell um, sell life insurance. Life insurance is something kind of happens with you. This insurance company gives to you or to your family some money, and I thought this is one of the ways to earn some money and also to secure kind of your life. And after 1 year, when I studied, I realized, okay, this is not for me, and I cannot sell any contracts, so I didn't sell anything, and I didn't believed in what I'm selling, so I started to uh, analyze marketing and to see ads on banners, on television, and so on. And I kind of fell in love in this kind of advertising, and I thought maybe advertising, maybe marketing, maybe this will be a way for me. So I switched in first year to marketing and logistics, and I switched to this faculty. I needed to give some additional exams, and yeah, I'm in this faculty. I studied in not as most students. We had this program like you can study at home and come for exam, and after you can go back. And I needed to study 4 years. So most of the students study 3 years, but every day. But I studied 4 years, but not every day. And this allowed me to work on the company, and I yeah I it's good I choose this path, because on this journey I learned much more than university give or have in the program. So I enjoyed this, but was tired and not pleasant to go to for the exams and to study for materials. I didn't feel I needed these materials. Why I should study this, or why I should study this? Some of the materials was little bit useful, but others I didn't feel it. I want to study, so I didn't had best grades, and was not my goal to have best grades, just to finish. My goal was just to finish the university, have this check mark. Yes, I finished it. I also thought to abandon the university, but one of my friend, also an entrepreneur and more successful than me, give me this advice. Why you should pause? Why you should not finish? Let's finish it, and you will have this check mark. Yeah, you've done it, and it will be easier for you. You'll know you did it and you accomplished this and you go on. But after in life, it will be harder to realize, oh, why didn't I finish? Why didn't I finish? So finish, no, not a big deal. Also, an obstacle was the contract. I needed to pay some money. How much? What was? $300 or $400, I think, for a year, or $500, $400 for a year. I think like this was price. And I thought maybe I should invest in PCs and other equipment and don't finish this university. Why I should pay them? And the material is not so useful. Better I invest in equipments, hire a new employee. And now realizing more than 10 years, it's better I finish this. And the equipment, in a couple of years, I realized I had money enough to buy equipment. Equipment is not so big a problem. So this couple of $100 didn't make big a difference. But in time, it's good I finished. I realized it's good to finish. So when I finished the university, from the faculty, they asked me, oh, you are working in marketing. Can you teach our students a lesson in social media and digital marketing? So back then they didn't have this kind of digital marketing, online marketing or something like this. So it's very new, and I know it a little bit because we work with clients already. And so I teach them a little bit about this, and I also ask some students, do you want to work in this? Hey, come and give me a call. And nobody was interested to work in the company back then. But after, we had students, and yeah, Nina is one of our students from this faculty to work with us, and she's doing great. So that's why I'm recording this. And as you realize, I didn't had master degree or something like this, so I don't go for kind of advanced faculty, advanced studies. I invested a lot in other studies, like going to trainings, seminars, and I invested hundreds of dollars and even thousands of dollars to have more experience in my field and knowledge. And it was very useful. These other materials I paid and I invested was very useful, and it's worth it as I look now. But most worth it materials, if you will think to invest in what kind of studies to invest in books. Books is cheapest way to study materials, and in books is very organized, very well all the subject, and when it's somebody is reading a book, they put a lot of efforts to write it. So for cheap money you get a lot of knowledge. Just need to practice what you read. Practice, you read, practice, and this is the best investment you can take. Not online trainings, not faculties, not I don't know what kind of crazy right now prices for all these materials exist. Go with books. If you succeed with 50 books or 100 books you read it, yep, from this level you can pay for bigger experience, like going for $100 seminars or buying this program, buying this I don't know trip or something like this. But before, you need to invest in books, audiobooks. I love audiobooks, so most of the books I read, more than hundreds of books, I didn't read it, I listened them. So maybe it's a way for you to listen, and you will learn from this. And one of the questions she asked me is, in this interview, what was your first job? So my first job was kind of entrepreneurship job in the school, when I invested some money to buy pens and other kind of stuff, pencils for me and for my classmates, and I tried to sell them and didn't work well because they wanted just to borrow from me. and they used it, and after you cannot sell it. So it was not so big success, this investment. And on springs, when we didn't go to school, I tried to be hired in the company my mom was working, and she worked in the taxi, and they have to wash the taxi, and they have to fix the taxi. So they have these mechanics and the people who wash. So one spring I fixed the cars, if I remember well, where I washed them. I don't remember the sequences. Maybe I first washed them, and second year I tried to fix them. So my first, like, written in the books, in the official part, is to fix the car. I am assistant of a master who fix the cars. So this is my first job written, and I earned it couple of $100, maybe for 1 month. I earned kind of $50 or $100, something like this, and for 3 months I earned it maybe $200 or $300. I kept some of the money. Some of the money I spent it. Not, I didn't know what to invest or something like this. And in another spring, when I had 18 years old, yes, 18 I think, I started to learn different programs, different skills, and one of the software was Photoshop, and I learned how to make photos. And from this program, I can manipulate images. One photographer who is earning some money in this field asked me, can I teach him? And he was willing to pay me for teaching him to learn how to edit photos in Photoshop. So he paid me. I made some calculation how much money he makes by taking pictures, and it was very good numbers. And I asked my mom, can we buy a kind of professional camera? And she took a loan, and we bought a semi-professional, so very middle level when professional. So this is the beginning, this is the middle, and this is the top gear for photos. So I had this this low entrance camera, and I started to shoot a lot of pictures. So until I will learn how to make better and better and better. So I go and make photos for free in this, for free for them, for free from them. And I ask even weddings, can I take some weddings for free? Just I need to have this experience. And after I took first wedding for free, I started to have more and more orders to shoot some weddings, and they paid me 50 euros, 100 euros or dollars, and I kept going year after year and more and more and more in this field. And when I had 20 years old, I already made very good numbers. Like for one wedding, I can shoot and I can give them pictures for salary what my mom have for 1 month. So it was very good money to earn as a student. And I had this nice income, and I tried to think what is the next step to make. I wanted to open a company, but I didn't have this trust, like I can do it. So I partner with another photographer to rent an office, kind of studio, to have this business together and shoot weddings together. So it was 50-50, but it was not 50-50. He took over all the company, but he didn't invest much or some money on this. Couple of thousand lei, this is couple of $100, not a big deal back then. And he ran like a owner. I was kind of an employee in the company. So we tried for a year, work together. It didn't work well, and I asked for him, okay, give me just my money back, and keep the company, keep what you are doing. I am not interested more to work together. So he said, okay, okay, no problem, but he didn't give me money, so I was needed just to sign the papers. He will give me money, and after long period of time, he give me this little amount of money. And he just wanted to, yeah, to don't be part of it, and I also didn't want to be part of this company anymore. And one of my friend said to me, look, just open a company. I have one. He had one of a family company, and she said it's not a big deal. You can open in 10 days. You will have a company. So yeah, just go for it. And I thought, okay, soon is my birthday, 20 years. Let's open. Let's make this kind of happen when I will have 20 years. So I'll open the company in my day of birth. So I opened the company. It was a perfect day in 2009, and now let's find clients. I opened it especially for marketing, to build some websites to help with marketing, but I didn't have clients. Oh, let's find clients. Let's try to call somebody. It was very hard for me. I was shy person, and still kind of shy, but back then it's very hard. Like, I remember staying hours in front of my phone and trying to call unknown person and ask, can we build a website for you? Do you need one? And yeah, even if I will make 1 or 3 calls that day, was crazy for me. I don't like this. So instead, I take another strategy to find clients. My strategy was, when I will be on events, when I will take pictures, I will ask a simple question: what you were doing? The husband, the guest, everyone who will be in contact, to try to ask this question: what you are doing? And to say, after I will find we are doing kind of business, to say, do you need a website? Do you need promotion? And I start to get some clients this way. So this worked very well for me. Again, it was hard to ask this question, but was good question, and they can trust me because they see me, they relate to me, they feel my voice, they feel me, they can see I am doing something. Maybe I'm doing also good websites, and I start to make websites for videographers, for other people, and I start to thinking, okay, do we need to rent an office or not, to hire somebody? And we started to rent back then an office. I calculated how many weddings I need to take to shoot, to pay the developer, to pay for the office, to all expenses. I hoped maybe this will be covered from the website. So some days I will have some clients for the websites, but some months I will not have. So I needed to, again, to record some videos, to shoot them, and money from this part invest in the company. And I was doing this for 3 or 4 years. For some months I needed to take this money to invest back in the company, and it was working, kind of, and I was happy. And what I struggled was my discipline to wake up in the morning, to go over for the office. And this is again a question from Nina: at what time I go to office, how many hours I stay in the office, how many employees. So when I opened the company, I didn't have any employee, just a friend who was willing to make accountant for me, and he was kind of part-time. And one developer who was freelancing. I'll just give work and he will deliver, but it was hard for him to deliver. This way I thought to open the office. And after 6 months after I opened the company, I hired one developer. After I hired 2 developers, and I grew into a point of 6 people. Yeah, we had 6 developers, designers, salesmen, manager, and so on. And we changed offices almost every year to try, maybe this is better, okay, this is bigger, or this is a bad office, and we needed to change the offices. But again, for the time I was going to the office, it was hard for me to wake up. As you noticed, I was shooting the weddings, and here in Moldova, weddings are long. I don't know now, I think also now are longer. But back then was some of the weddings till the morning, so I needed to wake up and shoot these weddings, and my whole days was messed. I can try to work in the office in the morning, but it was not working, so I changed my schedules to go to the office at 11 and 12. So in the middle of the day I'll go to office and I'll work at the night and at home, or in the office until the office we didn't have too much time because they need to close the office. So I'll work maybe to 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock. After I'll go home and work to 2 o'clock at night or 3 o'clock at the night. So it was this kind of mess. So my employee come in the morning to open the office. They'll maybe work, well, maybe not, or maybe will come at 9 at 8. But maybe they'll not come. So I was not sure about this point, and we will not be able to work together from the start of the day. So I woke up in the middle of the day and start working. And I worked maybe 8 or 10 hours per day, kind of this. I will not say it was very productive, but I tried to work and to produce what I needed to produce: pictures for the weddings or websites design. This was my kind of schedule in that days. Now it's a little different, a big different story. I had a video about my habits, how I changed and how I worked almost 4 years to switch these habits, to wake up at 6 o'clock, at 7 o'clock in the morning, and to go to bed at 10, at 9 o'clock. So if you are interested to hear this story and how I developed these back habits, healthy habits of sleeping, you can watch this video. I'll link in the description. Some faults or successes, this is a question I received from Nina. So big faults, big mistakes, I cannot account like, yeah, this is big. All the time I had mistakes, and all entrepreneurs has these mistakes. But I cannot count something. It's a very big and very tragic one. What happened? Yeah, we lost a client. We didn't made a website, or lost some money, or lost a project, or something was not going so well. But in terms of successes, the same. We cannot count for the company. But I can mention one success, one big event, what happened, what changed the whole perspective of my life, of our family, of the company also. That moment when I found Jesus in my life. So I was in America. I tried to open a company in Silicon Valley, if you know this place. If not, you can search. All big companies, IT companies, is in this place, Silicon Valley. I was in that place. I tried to think, okay, do I need to move here in the United States, or should I go back? And after 1 month and something, when trying to get clients and saw some movements of this happens, like receiving new clients, seeing the culture, I understood the best place is to be right now in Moldova, back in Moldova. And God had placed this in my heart. I didn't know back when Jesus or is his intent to come back in Moldova, but he had a plan. And after a couple of days, I met my wife, my future wife, who was not my wife yet. And after being together for 6 months, she told me, let's find more about spirituality, what we are doing, and if it's okay or not. I thought, okay, it is time. Maybe it's time to find, does God exist or not? And I found in the Bible, and I read it, and I tried to discover on internet to find more and more useful information. More Christian entrepreneurs. Does exist Christian entrepreneurs? Yes, and they exist, and they have very different values from the other entrepreneurs. And yeah, I felt convinced God exists, Jesus exists, and He has an amazing plan for all the people, and has an amazing plan also for me and for the company. And I asked myself, do I need to stay in the company because I was not paying taxes very well, I'm not doing software, licensed software I was not using, and I was asking myself, maybe I should change. And also my employee was not behaving very well, so we closed the relationship with the employee, kind of fired them, and start to ask him, do I need to go back in business or not? And he confirmed me with yes, you should stay back in business. And after I discovered I should help other entrepreneurs in their businesses and to grow them, and also to tell about Jesus, because business is a tool to accomplish something. What you want to accomplish with this tool, like if you are a marketer, what you want to accomplish with this tool, with these skills as a marketer, or if you are, I don't know, something, you are doing something, what you will accomplish with this? What is the goal? Only to make some money? No, this is a bigger goal. And I invite you to find what is the purpose of your life, what is the purpose of your uh, desire to become an entrepreneur. Because my desire is to help other entrepreneurs to discover Jesus and fulfill their life's missions. This is this is what I desire also for you as a future entrepreneur, maybe, or if you will be an employee. So the best decision, the best life decision you can make is to, right now, to study and find if God exists. And if you really want this with all your heart, God will show you He exists. He confirmed me with different events and also different, yeah, different perspective. So I want you also to discover. After um, adapting the business, paying taxes, having the license, God helped me with clients to pay all, to have more income to pay for the taxes. He helped me. God helped me also to have new employees, even more devoted to the work, and with a nice and good attitude for the work. He also helped to have some licensed software in the company. Even we didn't pay yet for this license. He just provided by applying to one of the um, programs, and we got the licensed software. After we, of course, we bought our softwares, and we try our best to be legal in all the stuff. So this is a good way to run business, to be legal, to don't cheat clients, don't cheat anyone, even better to help others. And this message is actually, I'm taking this time to record to help you, at least to show some perspective of the business and of the thinking, and you will make some decisions. And right now, my lifestyle is a little bit different when I started the company. As I told you, I wake up in the morning, and also I have family. I have two daughters. One is 5 years old, another is 1 year old, about 1 year, and uh, we work remotely. We even started to work remotely a year and something ago, even before this pandemic hit the whole world. So we was prepared ready to work remotely, and I decided to make this shift for me and also for employees, because I wanted to see how my kids are growing, and I heard a lot of stories of other entrepreneurs how they are not having enough time for their family, and this is not my desire. I want me and my employees, and also um, other entrepreneurs to have enough time for their family and um, for their life purpose. Uh, maybe they are using company as a tool to accelerate some movement or something, to make something. So uh, in my case, I'm working right now 4 or 6 hours a day. Depends on the day. It's more like for the whole week I need to hit this amount of tasks and hours, and for one day maybe more, for other maybe less, and I will have an occasion to eat with my family, to spend the time with my family, to see how my daughters are growing, and have this time for the family. And this is what I'm enjoying. I hope you one day will have also, but in the beginning you cannot expect. You will have a lot of time, a lot of money. It will be very hard. Even right now, I don't have a lot of time, a lot of money. It's after 10 years, it's yeah, money is okay. Other entrepreneurs can receive even more bigger payments, but depends of your style, of your goals, and what you want to accomplish. In my case, I don't strive to a big payment because this will require more efforts, more time. I'll better to stay with less and have more time for for making this investment in the family, and also, like I said, to record messages for you to help you out with other things. One of the questions was what happened with our company when in March we was hit by this situation, by this pandemic, and was very interesting thing to notice. Most of our clients cut their budgets, and it's normal because we are small service businesses, and they're operating offline, like in the community, so they cannot interact, and they was closed, and it's not reasonable to run ads. So if we are not running ads, we are not get paid, and it was a very interesting thing to see how 95% of our income just gone flat, and but God helped us and gave us some ideas, some new sources of income, and we had a little backup, financial backup, what helped us to go to for some period, and we readapt our business. What first struggle was to what to readapt, what to change, what to make. And this is also a solution what we see for most of the companies. They need to rethink themselves, readjust their businesses, their processes, their cleaning processes even, and their marketing materials. So we help them also by recording videos and teaching them how to make some changes, how to adapt, how to improve their businesses, and this is the way we are helping them. So this is the end of the interview, and I hope this was useful for you. If yes, give a thumbs up and let me know. If you are an entrepreneur or you want to become one, just comment below, and this will let me know, okay, somebody watched, and for somebody it was useful, and somebody wants to become one day an entrepreneur. And maybe you can ask also a question, and I will try to respond in another message regarding your question. So I wish you blessings from Jesus, from God, with your business if you want to start one, and may He guide you and offer all resources you need for starting your business.